Lunchtime rant, something on my mind, something on my mind. How you brothers and sisters doing out there today? Hope everyone is all right. Let me get myself together real quick. Hell of a snowstorm yesterday. If he slept on that one. The Most High, he put it down yesterday, man. I think schools are, they still closed. And schools are closed, man. And they piling up snow, and they're running out of space to put it. You know that kind of brings me into my subject. You know, they don't make children the way they used to make them. They don't make the little girls to be in a position that the Most High created them to be in. They don't make the young men or little boys to grow up into men anymore. We live in a mansy-pansy, weak-minded society, man. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You will know the strength and the power of a nation based on its children and its women. And from what I can see, at this point, you know, it's a breakdown. It's a total breakdown in the system. Like I was just thinking, man. I was just thinking and considering just how upside down things really are today, man. Everything is upside down, and no one is saying anything. No one is saying a goddamn thing, but everything is upside down. And with the powers that be in charge, that's the way they like it. They like everything upside down. Shalom, brother, shalom. Let me know when the power goes out or the microphone goes out. I got a few tabs opened up, and I'm on my smaller set, so let me know if the sound goes out, because that's been happening a lot lately. But have you noticed that the women are getting more manlier, and men, they're getting more weenie and more overly emotional because they are raised by single parents? And what brought that to mind is this weekend you had some boxing going on, and it was this Shields girl. I forgot her first name. And Dorazan, I think her opponent, that was the name. I don't really watch women's basketball and women's boxing really at all, or women's MMA. I think it's just a ploy to weaken men and slide women in there. And I'm not banging on the women. You have good women. You have good, righteous women in the nation, in the fold. I'm speaking in terms of wicked women or worldly women who are outside of the fold. You get it? You get it? I'm not banging on the women. I'm just simply saying that what used to be a man's world is turning into a female culture. I mean, look at these women. Look how manly these women look. I can't play the video because they'll give me a strike against it. But look how manly these women are, man. Look how manly they are. And maybe I could get a little bit off. I don't know. I'm just simply saying that the world is not the way it used to be, especially if you're up in age, if you're over the age of 50 or even in your 40s or older. You see that the world is very different now. And it's up to us to not get entangled in the affairs of this life. God is going to kick some ass in the future. And, I have this, let me say it like this. I have this woman that has authority over me. And you can see that she knows my position spiritually. I don't know if she got that by word of mouth or what, but it's this particular sister. We kind of bump heads. And you can just read the hatred towards me and brothers like me. And the same way, this is a sister, by the way, but the same way we have to deal with the white man the same, meaning when I say the same, meaning as wise, as a serpent, but humble as a dove. And you have to be Jacob, meaning you have to supplant, duck, dodge, strike, move back. You have to do the same thing with a lot of our sisters. Not all the sisters, but the sisters who are currently worldly, who believes in the system, and who favors what America pushes as far as what women can now do. That's women with other women, women ruling over men, women beating up on men, things of that nature. But I'm just trying to say that the system is designed to condition you to be against the natural ways of God. I'm going to say it again. The system conditions men and women to be against the natural ways of God. The same thing falls on the men. You have men now who are fruity-tooty, and they believe that the abnormal is now the normal. You following what I'm saying? They believe that the abnormal, the unspiritual, the unrighteous is now righteous, is now comfortably okay, is now acceptable. They believe these things. You see where I'm going? So when you look at this picture, you could just see that if you are in the negative for a long period of time, if you choose to serve the devil for a long period of time, you become that devil. You become that demon. You become that. Now, in the book of Isaiah, it goes into a very well-known scripture about things upside down, things not correct, and the judgment of God and what God is seeing from the kingdom of the spiritual world, not the kingdom of heaven, but the spiritual world. And AI says, in terms of Isaiah 3, verse 12, it says, is a prophetic rebuke describing a societal breakdown. See, a societal breakdown in Judah where weak, childish leaders, see, the men are no longer leaders. The men have sinned so much that the Lord has broken us to the point where things are upside down now, and things were upside down when the leadership of Judah or the Israelites had turned upside down, had broken many thousands of years ago. Many thousands of years ago. Bring that up so you can see it better. Again, it says a prophetic rebuke describing a societal breakdown in Judah, which is the leading tribes, which is the main tribe, where weak, childish leaders, children are their oppressors, see? This is the point we came to. And inexperienced, perhaps indulgent rulers, women rule over them, and this is where we're at now. This is where we're at now. So not only do we have weak leadership in the past, our leaders now is the so-called European man, and he's like a child. He has no spirituality. I don't care what anybody says. Without spirituality and the wisdom of God, you are either an animal or you are a weak child or you're a woman trying to be a man, trying to take the place of a man, trying to do the things of a man. And what I'm trying to express to you or convey to you is that you are out of your natural order when you do such things. You see these women who are police officers, you see them, and after a while, those women start to look like men. You see these women who are CEOs of top Fortune 500 companies who have to behave like men so they can get staked, so they can have a horse in the race, that they have to be aggressive like men so they can have some authorities or get respect from other men. Because let's face it, men are not going to naturally let a woman guide them or tell them what to do. And if you have to keep food on the table as a man and you have to take orders from a woman, you are not going to like that. You're not going to like that. If you are a real man, a woman telling you what to do, what to say, how to act, how to behave, If you are a real man, that should feel abnormal to you. It should be frustrating to you. And a lot of men, they push back. And when the men push back, the women push back. And because that's not the natural order of a woman, she becomes manly and she becomes what they call a bitch. This is why they get that phrase for her on the workplace. Because she starts to behave like a man, and because she's not a man and doesn't know how to use authority as a man, she comes off as the B word. I'm not saying that applies to every woman in a position of power, but I'm trying to say it's unnatural for a woman to bark off orders at a man. I don't care what job you're doing. I don't care where you're at. If you're a CO, a correction officer, if you're a drill sergeant, if you're a captain, if you're in the fire department, you will start to look manly. I saw a sister who was a police officer, and she was still in her feminine posture. And I was surprised. I was surprised she was a police officer. And I was in a 7-Eleven. I'll never forget it. One of the clerks said, "Damn, sis. Damn, you 5'0"? You a 5'0"? And she just smiled and chuckled. But I guarantee you in a few years, she will become manly. She will become manly. Then it says it caused the people to go astray. It signifies a reversal of proper order. See that? It signifies a reversal of proper order where foolish, immature leadership leads to chaos, deception, and destruction of the right path. It signifies a reversal of proper order where foolish, immature leadership leads to chaos. You see that? It leads to chaos. This AI, this AI reader is telling us, and it makes perfect sense. Chaos, deception, and destruction of the right path, and that's exactly where Israel is at today. Israel meaning the real Jews, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and natives. And the main one who contributes to this, the main people that contribute to this social disorder are the so-called small hats, because they don't have women ruling over them in their schools, in their places of learning, in their places of worship. They do not have that. Look at this picture. Where are the women at? You think black men can have a setup like this, an order like this, and women not complain and say we should be in there too? You think women would let black men lead and rule like this and not say I should be at the head of the table? Look at the bottom right. It's the men who are the leaders. It's the men mainly following. But meanwhile, in society, outside of this society, it's chaos and confusion. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. So this is not by chance. This is not by accident. This is real. This is all manufactured to keep you in the world weak. And when they can't keep you weak and you're making progress and things are stepping up, that's when the drugs come out. That's when the systemic racism come out. To break you down and to keep you weak and have your women rule over you. I'm not saying that every man is designed and built up to be a leader. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but every man or every black man deserves respect from women, so long as they're carrying themselves in a respectful way. And if they're slow to grow as men, if they're slow to take on the position of a leader, if they're slow to recognize that they need to grow as far as being men, they still deserve respect. The same way women deserve respect. When she's slow to be a wife, because every woman should be trained to be a wife, and we don't have that today. When she's slow to be feminine, when she's slow to be a real woman. providing she's moving in that direction, she deserves respect. But now if you're the opposite, whether you're a man or woman, a man should be productive. If you're not productive, if you're not growing spiritually, if you're not growing in wisdom, you don't get respect. The same thing applies to women. If you're acting like a man, if you're acting bossy, if you're acting out of place, according to the word of the Most High, you don't deserve respect. Here's another one. Look at this dude. This dude. Look at this woman on the right. Dude, should we respect her as a sister? Look at the right. Look at the right side, the woman on the right side. Should we respect her as a sister? Think about it. That looks like a man in drag. And I'm sure the other woman looks just as bad. Look at this. Look how upside down the world is. This is something dudes do on a corner. Somebody's making money from it. Somebody's making a lot of money from it. But the point is, this is out of order. But we've been trained that you can't say things like that. Even a light-skinned sister looks like a dude. Look at the dude. Put a hat on her. Put a can of beer in that right hand. That don't look like a dude. That don't look like a dude. I can't play it all because it'll flag me. Look at this. These don't look like men. Maybe I'm just hating. Maybe I'm crazy. The whole system is upside down. The world has become weak and nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody's saying anything about it. Because you're being conditioned to accept this garbage. Meanwhile, the small hats, they don't accept this. They don't accept this crap. Look at the latest movies that come out. Can't stand watching these movies like G.I. Jane. Or even the Alien. Alien, I mean, listen, Ripley, she did a good job in defeating the alien, and it was a very intense movie, but Ripley was very manly. Remember Ripley in the movie? I think that's Sigourney Weaver that plays that part, I think. I'm not sure. Very manly. Even there's a scene where she's changing from she's getting into a spacesuit, and she's about to have the alien blow out the hatch of the ship. And she takes off her clothes. She has panties on. She looks terrible. How many of you remember that scene? She looks absolutely manly and terrible. A lot of you don't remember that. I remember that clear as day. If you got time, hit that like button. I see 7 people watching. I really would appreciate that. Yeah, the movie that came out in 2022, I saw this on the TV maybe about a week ago. I turned it off after the first maybe 10 minutes. I said, oh, that's Woman King? I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. So Woman King 2022 is a premiere choice feature. Viola Davis leading the Anjoli, an all-female historically based warrior unit in the 1800s West Africa. Then you move on. So you got Woman King in 2022. Legend of Tamaris. Never seen that one, probably. Yeah, the Scythian Queen, a woman who becomes a warrior to unite the tribes. I may have saw this. Queen of Jhansi, 2019. Chronicles of an Indian Queen resistance against British rule. I've seen this. I think they violated her, and she took vengeance on them, I think. Mulan, the legendary story of a woman disguising herself as a man to fight in an army. Sounds like Yentl with Barbara Streisand trying to be a so-called small hat man. How many of you remember that? Yentl, that's before your time. I'm showing my age. But the point is, these movies today are showing women as warriors. You'll see a woman kick a dude's ass. Sometimes 3, 4, 5, and 6 dudes kicking them, knocking them around, flipping them over, breaking their arms. You tell me this is not manufactured to make men weak. The Messenger, the story of Joan of Arc, excellent movie. I saw this, same thing. The men treated her like SHIT at first, but they had to bow down to her because God was leading her in the movie. And they didn't want to lose the war. Following the 15th century French heroine. She was like a hero, female hero. Action and fantasy female warriors. Wonder Woman. How many of y'all saw that? I think there's a second part. Absolutely ridiculous. And you guys eat this garbage up. Wonder Woman kicking dudes' asses. The Amazonian warrior. That's what she was. Mad Max. How many of you remember the first Mad Maxes that was out in the 80s? How many of you remember those? Of course, later on, like Mad Max 3, I don't know which one it was, you had Tina Turner in that. But how many of you remember this? Fury Road was pretty decent to me. Ferocia, it says, Charlize Theron is a fierce warrior leading a charge. Got a woman in there. She was a truck driver. You remember that? Atomic Blonde in 2017. That's a B-rated movie. Oh, here's a good one. Remember Kill Bill? How many of you forgot Kill Bill? Features the bride and a team of female assassins. Remember Kill Bill? They got like 2 or 3 of them out. The Old Guard, never saw this one. Focuses on a group of immortal mercenaries led by women. Mercenaries led by women? Kate, you got a whole bunch of these assassin movies with these women they program and they train to kill men. They be beating men asses. Kate, a female assassin on a mission in Tokyo. Hannah, I saw this one. Hannah, a young girl raised to be an elite assassin. Picture that. How many elite assassins are women in real life? How many philosophers are real women in life? How many how many top chefs are women in real life? The top chefs of the world are usually men. This is how upside down the world has become. There was another movie with J-Lo. I saw that one. How many of y'all saw it? That's the most recent one that was out. And she was kicking dudes' asses. This is absolutely ridiculous. Warriors, 2013, a fantasy film about female warriors in a post-apocalypse land. I'm sure I've seen that. The Sisterhood, we're going all the way back to 1988. A 1980s cult film featuring a band of female warriors. Come on, man. You can't see that this is all being done to mold the minds of men to be weak? These women taking hormone supplements to look, supplements to look like men, and then the other ones are getting BBLs. It's madness. You damn right. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm not hating on the women. I'm hating on the bad behavior of females. The same way if men were acting tutti-frutti, you should hate on that. If men were acting overly emotional, you should hate on that. If men were not acting like men, you should hate on that because it is contrary. It is contrary to God. Come on now. There's nothing personal in that. Come on. Now they're trying to bring it back. But it's too late. America and the world is so upside down, it's too late. God is going to save those who repent and come back to him in the Holy Spirit. I'm not going to be very long. It's going to be a very short video. Lunchtime rave, lunchtime rant. Based on discussions surrounding policy proposals in early 2026, there is a concerted effort by conservative organizations to promote the traditional nuclear family. Check that out. The right wants to bring back the nuclear family. Whatever happened to the nuclear family? Is this a plot? Is this manufactured? Is this a conditioning by the powers that be? I believe so. Shalom out. Allah come, shalom. I believe so. I believe there's a plan to weaken the aggressive warrior man so the powers that be can rule over you and control you much better. That's what I believe. I believe that they want to instill this woman king philosophy in your minds to make you weak. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. That's what I see. And that's what I believe. But it says that they're trying to bring back the nuclear family. I have no problem with that. But I just believe that it's just too late. I believe it's so bad that there's nothing they're going to do to bring this back. Then it reads on, it says, defined as the married man and the married woman. Defined as the married man and the married woman with children. Not Bob with Bob, not Sheila with Tina, and they both adopt children. The nuclear family where a man and a woman have sex, they create children, and they live a righteous lifestyle. This is what they're trying to bring back. This is how they know it's out of control. Defined as the married man and woman with children as the ideal, which includes encouraging women, which includes encouraging women to prioritize marriage and motherhood over career ambition. To prioritize marriage and motherhood over career ambition. Is there a problem with that? They're realizing that society is breaking down, brothers and sisters. They realize it. Now let's look at it from a spiritual perspective. Let's look at it from a spiritual perspective and what happened. We go all the way back to the time of Alexander. We go all the way back there. Just work with me, right, brothers and sisters? Just work with me. We go all the way back to the Maccabees. Make it a little bigger so you can see it. First Maccabees, the first chapter, and we go to the 7th verse about Alexander the Great. Even he was fruity-tooty in those days, but you had masculine men nonetheless. Even the Romans were fruity-tooties in their time, but you had masculine men on the scene nonetheless. But check this out. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Alexander the Great. And his servants bear rule, everyone in his place. So you read about his four generals. He put crowns on their heads, Ptolemy and Seleucus and so on and so forth. We're going to get to the meat of the matter. So it says, and his servants bear rule, everyone in his place. And after his death, Alexander, they all put crowns upon themselves. So these generals, they rule certain parts of the known earth. It was divided into fours. So did their sons after them many years. So this is the white man, as the Greeks, spreading out. After the four kings put crowns on their heads, their children did the same thing, and their children did the same thing over and over and over again, and they spread out. They start to spread out, and they turn into the Romans and so forth. But the point is, the white man, after a while, he took rulership. It wasn't the black man for the most part. It was the white man. The crown symbolized rulership. And that's what they did. They ruled. And a ruler determines how a people are going to live. So it says, after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after many years. And evils, see this? And evils were multiplied in the earth. Evils were multiplied in the earth. There's nothing personal about that. I'm not trying to be personal. I'm saying that if you look up basic history, from the Greeks to the Romans to current, the earth is not the same. Men have always promoted fruity tooty love, biker girl love, but now it's the norm again. At one point, it was not the norm, but now it has become the norm again. To the point where people don't even try to give any type of pushback. They don't try to give any type of pushback. But the key thing I want you to focus on why that pushback is dead, is because the evils were multiplied on this earth. Let's move on. Let's move on now. So now we go to the Wisdom of Solomon, and we go to, 2 Ezra, the 14th chapter and the 14th verse. Let's go there. So the Lord tells us, even though all this stuff is going on, this is a warning from the Lord to you brothers and sisters who want to get right. Even you women, I'm not banging on you women. I'm telling you that you need to get right. You need to turn off the womanhood code. You shouldn't be defending any sister that's against the Most High and the natural orders of the Most High. This is why the Lord said, let go from thee the mortal thoughts. See that? The mortal thoughts. The mortal thoughts today is the white man's thoughts. The mortal thoughts today is the African-American thoughts. Oh, I want to be an American thought. Or I want to be a feminist. Or I want to be a fruity boy. Or I want to be a player. Or I want to be a drug dealer. Or I want to be a rapper. Or I want to be an R&B singer. Or I want to be a movie star. Those are the mortal thoughts that the most of us succumb to. Those are the mortal thoughts that a ninja just loves and can't get away from. A ninja just loves being an American and acting like an American. But the Lord said to let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man. See, after a while, that lifestyle will become a burden because the Most High can make you sick with STDs or STIs. The Most High can make you crippled or hurt in some form of an accident. None of us, including myself, can escape the judgment of God. Nonetheless, the Lord said it's a burden. The Lord said, cast away the burdens of man. Not the burdens of a righteous man or God, but the burdens of man. That's the mortal thoughts. Put off now the weak nature. See, to be a fruity boy, that's a weak nature. To be a biker girl, that's a weak nature because it's against nature. It's against what's natural. You could put nature, the word nature and natural together. It's unnatural to take on the lust of the world. That's the weak nature. Then the 15th verse says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Get away from these times, the Most High is saying. You understand? These times, because look what's happening in this times. This is these times right here. You see that? That's the unnatural woman. Then you got men encouraging it. Look, man, look to the left behind this thing's fist. He's smiling like this is natural. This is right. Look at the brother on the right-hand side. See, the men are out of order too. The men have been trained to be devils and demons, and they're out of order too. You see it? You see it? Clear as day. Clear as day. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. 16th verse. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. What did we read in Maccabees? What did we read in Maccabees? That greater evils were going to multiply on this earth. In Maccabees, the first chapter, in the 9th verse, it says, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth. Evils grew and multiplied in the earth. In Ezra, the 16th verse, it says, for yet greater evils then those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. 17th verse. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. See that? The world would be weaker through age. As time go on, the world gets weaker and weaker and weaker. The evils, they grow stronger and stronger and stronger. So this we know. These things we know. We didn't forget the Most High's word. What does it say in the gospel? Let's go into the gospel. Let's go to the book of Matthew, I believe it is. And they hate you because you rain on a parade. Oh, here come that brother Judah with that Bible stuff again. Let's just go, man. That's all he talk about is the Bible. Here comes that sister Judea with that Bible talk again. Let's just get away from her, man. Let's just get away from her. Let's see what it says in the New Testament. So Matthew 24, verse 10. It says, then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. This is the new world that we're in now, or the current world. The Lord said they shall hate one another. 11th verse. And many false prophets shall rise. See, so false prophets and lying teachers, there's going to be an uptick in that. And shall deceive many, and many will be deceived by them. Here's the main point, 12th verse. And because iniquity shall abound, what does the word abound means? It means to grow. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. See? You see that? Iniquity is going to grow. We read that how the earth is going to get more wicked. We read also the Lord said to watch and see how the earth is going to get more wicked. We read about how the evil shall multiply. Here in the New Testament, Christ said, and because iniquity shall grow, meaning abound, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that shall endure unto the end, this is for us now, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. If you endure to the end in righteousness and following the Most High, the Lord said, you shall be saved. The water, brother, appreciate that. That keeps me going, brother. That keeps me going when I hear that. But the Most High is showing you that the evil is growing, man. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You understand? The Most High, he has to stop it. So you're going to see more activity like this, bulldaggy. I shouldn't have said that word. But look, like dudes, man. These chicks can beat up a certain dudes. Look at this. Like a dude, like Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. Dudes, man. And you know they musty. You know they musty as hell. Their whole pH is off, man. Because when you lifting weights and doing push-ups and doing manly things, man, your whole chemistry changes as a woman. You start to grow whiskers. You start to get a damn broad back. Your whole monthly probably is off, man. It's unnatural to do those things, man. It's unnatural. And look at this. Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know how dudes can even be around it. I see sometimes the trainer marries these women. I don't understand that for the life of me, man. I don't understand that, you know, understand? But hey, listen, they trying to bring it back. Like we read earlier, they trying to bring it back. They're trying to fix it. Can't fix it. The Most High, he already has it down packed with what the hell is going on, man. And he's revealing it to us. He's revealing it to us. As much as we hate the Most High, I'm talking about the people outside of the fold, there's certain things they cannot deny. There's certain things they can't deny. They can try to deny it, but it's not going to fly. So they trying to fix it. Like I read earlier, it says that, right here, it says defined as, let me go back here, it says, based on discussions surrounding policy proposal in early 2026, there is a concerted effort by conservative organizations to promote the traditional nuclear family defined as a married man and woman with children as the ideal, which includes encouraging women. See, they're trying to encourage women to prioritize marriage and motherhood over career ambition. Are the women looking forward to that? Nah, man. They're not trying to go that route. They're not trying to go that route. Let me go right here. Let me see what this says. I'm reading this on the cuff. Traditional wife culture movement. The traditional wife or the trad wife trend continues to be influential in social media, promoting a return to the 1950s-style gender role where women are homemakers. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They want to be men. That's what they want to do. They want to be men. But what did the Lord say? The Lord said the earth is going to get worse and worse. Look at Whoopi. Whoopi, this is a crowd that's attacking Whoopi Goldberg because she's on the Epstein list. She tried to say, well, it was just there because of a plane flight, some crap like that. She was booking a plane flight, and that was the only plane she could catch was his plane. It's a goddamn lie, I believe. Everybody want to freak off, man. Sex sells. Sex entices. Sex is everything in this world today. Whoopi ain't about the traditional nuclear family. Whoopi is about drinking from the furry teacup. Lick, lick, lassie, lassie, lick, lick. She's about that. Check it out.
Tipping point for Whoopi Goldberg that sent her speeding out of the situation involved when fans of her own, the View fans, started begging her for an autograph when they were actually right near her behind a metallic rail fence that was set up to keep the line organized, essentially. This is when Whoopi denied to sign anything and even started shouting at her own fans, quote, to calm the hell down. This is when her own fans
trying to get out of there because they're attacking her for being on the Epstein files. They're attacking the mayor because his mother was on the list of the Epstein files. They was trying to get Trump so bad that a lot of them are coming out on the Epstein's files. They're on the list. A lot of them was on the list. A lot of them. It's the natural norm in modern day Rome to be a freak. Who's not going to go to a P. Diddy party or an Epstein party in 2020 or 2019 and you're already a freakazoid? Who's not going to do that? Sniff some cocaine. The best cocaine. Drink top shelf liquor. And if you're a fruity boy, be with a fruity boy. If you're with a biker girl, be with a biker girl. Who's not going to do that in this world? You're not going to do it because you are of the Most High. You won't be accepted. And that goes back to my original story. I have a certain coworker that she can see the spirit of the Most High on me. I'd guess, I'm believing she got word of mouth that I serve and love the Most High. Who shall separate you from the love of Christ? Or what shall separate you from the love of Christ? Shall business opportunities separate you from the Lord? Shall cocaine and drugs or big behind women separate you from the Most High or the love of Christ? To hell with them. To hell with them. To hell with this world. Serve the Most High. As hard as it is, and it's hard. A lack of money makes it hard. A lack of a good woman makes it hard. A lack of a good man makes it hard. But nonetheless, we choose to serve the Most High because we love the Most High. And we're wise enough to see just how evil this world is. We're wise enough. Look at Whoopi. Look at Whoopi. Looking like a dude. Looking like a charismatic dude.
And started to boo right back at her when she turned her back on the View fans and refused to sign one autograph, not one. Many of the autograph photos people were holding involved her role in the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and some photo shoot photos from the View to get signatures. Now, guys, let me just say one thing.
Look at Whoopi. Look at Whoopi. She looked like Charles Barkley with a wig on. Look at Whoopi. Look at her.
About this. Now, this just goes to show you how frazzled she really is, how scared she really is from the general public, and how people are now perceiving Whoopi Goldberg differently. And look, I always like to say this, if you really believe that you did absolutely nothing wrong when it comes to how honest you were with the people, quote-unquote, about your involvement in the Epstein files, then you wouldn't be running away, you wouldn't be scared, you wouldn't be very much a person with a lack of confidence in the public view.
They're running away, but they can't run from the Most High. They running away, man, because they're ashamed. If the freakazoid life was normal and there was nothing wrong with it, why are you running away from it? Why don't you own up to it? We own up to the Most High. We own up to the Most High. As much as they try to shame us and they try to say bad things about us, we own up to the Most High. But if they're so proud of the lifestyle they live, why are they running away from it? Because they don't, in their spirit, they know it's not right. They know it's not right in their spirit. They know. They know that the ways of the Most High will judge them one day. They'll fight it, but deep in their spirit, they know the Most High is real and they know that he's nothing to play with. Play a little bit more.
And well, basically, she's the complete opposite. She has a lot of confidence problems right now. She's very frightened about her public image, especially after the whole Epstein situation, because it's not the capacity of how she's mentioned in the files. That's the problem.
How many of you ever watched The View? Every one of these women are hard-body American feminists. Every one of them. And she's the one token that they let in there to get you black women to think like her and the rest of these white women. TV is a powerful thing, man. TV can mold your mind, man. TV and social media. And on these TV shows, not just this one, but a lot of TV shows, their agenda is to work your minds. To work your minds and to have you follow and believe in the American way. That's the whole ideal. In 2 John 2:18, it says there are many antichrists now. This is why we know it's the last time. So wake up, man. I just brought that up to make you see what the hell is really happening on out here, man. And not to get caught up in it. But, you know, I was going at it with this biker girl. And I definitely see that it's time to put myself into another gear, man. And be wise and be very spiritual, because if you know, the devil has soldiers too, man. And if you're not strapped up spiritually, the devil will get you. But that's all I have for you today, man. I just want to say, you brothers and sisters, stay alert, stay sharp, stay awake, stay alive, and recognize what the hell is really out here. I'm out.